These are the AccuChek machines that we're going to use in Stewart and Duke's Clinical for the fall 2011. They'll vary by facility, but these are the ones that we use, considered the gold standard. So you just turn them on down here. And this one, you'll see it says the QC is due immediately. So that is what we're going to check off on to make sure that we can do it. So you're going to have an ID number, and we will assign you this. Okay, and it'll have your instructor's name, WKU. Okay, and anyway, we're going to do the control. Okay, so we're taking, you have a low and a high control. These are both over here. You've got 1, 2. It says it on the front of the bottle. This is level 2 high. You don't have to remember these colors, and I'll show you why in just a minute. And level 1, and it's a low. These should be checked every shift, but this is what we'll check off on. Usually you start with the low. It's just easier to remember that way. So all you have to do, everything is scanned around here. Okay, so this button up here is scan. Hit the scan. It's going to give you the light and scan the barcode on the low. It's going to ask you for enter strip lot number. Well, if you're feeling really energetic, you can enter the strip number completely, or you can once again hit scan and scan the strip number, and it'll automatically fill it in for you. It gives you a simple direction on how it's supposed to be placed and everything. Very important, these need to be sealed back tight when you get finished. And you take a strip out. You take a strip out. And this is how it will go in. See, it matches the picture. You've got this little spot sitting out here, and you've got the 2 little bars down here. You put it in like that, and you'll have a check mark. And then there's the drop. That's where your blood will go, but in this case, it's going to be our control. We open our control, and we place our control right there. If you kind of turn it to the side, that's how it'll do. And when it tells you that you've got enough, there'll be an hourglass that will start. If you've done this, if you're doing a blood test on a person, same thing. If you'll just kind of get the blood and go into the side of it and kind of scoop it up, it works much better. The hourglass will keep counting down. You'll see you're checking your control low. It'll say please wait. The hourglass will complete. And this will say pass. If you need to make any comments, you can. This is only how to use it. We'll go into the things when you're doing the patients and everything, the things that you have to report. And then you just repeat the exact same process for the high. You discard this. It's got blood in it. It either goes in biohazards or sharps. These will always go in the sharps. We'll go over how to use those. And you just repeat it. When you hit this arrow, it's going to take you back and tell you that the high is still required. So, like I said, you're just repeating the same thing, looking for that barcode. Scan your barcode. Then we're going to scan that strip number again, just like that. Same thing. It's going to show you the picture, tell you to put the bar in there. Again, and you can see the other side doesn't look anything like that picture. So slide it in there. It's going to give you the check mark. Get your control. Go into the side and wait. Again, you want that capped back and sealed tight. Your controls, always check your expiration dates on your controls. Make sure they're not expired. Make sure your strips are not expired. And you've passed, so now you have done your quality control for your AccuChek, and it's ready to be used on a patient. So when you hit that arrow, it's going to take you, and you can do your patient test. Same principle. It's going to tell you, and it tells on the top of all the cases, if use alternate method if patient is receiving maltose-related therapy. And we'll go over all of that. Press OK. It just wants to make sure you know that. When you hit the scan this time, you'll be scanning the patient's armband. And we can't go past this without having a patient to scan. We'll do that when you're actually here doing the orientation. But it's the same principle. Then you're going to scan the patient. Then it's going to ask you to scan the strip, put the strip in, collect a drop of blood onto the strip from the patient, and it will read out. If it's high or low, it's going to tell you that you need a lab test to do it, and it kind of provides you the instructions from there. And if not, that's what you have the instructors here for you. So that is the AccuChek we're going to use this semester.